jam where I'm standing up. And I ain't ever need no ounce of luck to understand the suckers, that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. Yay! Hi everybody, I hope you can hear me. My name is Aureen Almario. I'm the artistic director of Bindlestiff Studio. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. It's your Saturday night. Thank you for spending it with us. You're tuning into our very first Kwento Times reading series. Kwento means stories. So before we begin our program, I just want to acknowledge that Bindlestiff Studio is located in Raimatush, Ohlone land. And Bindlestiff Studio, if you didn't know, is the only theater dedicated to Filipinx, Filipino, Filipina, American performing arts, and also community arts. So tonight is a special night. It's our very first time doing a virtual live stage reading. And it's actually initiated by one of our very own Stories High actors from the past, who is actually one of tonight's writers, Reg Clay. So I just want to give him a shout out. So I just want to make a quick announcement for next week. We have another show. It's called Okay Batayo. Are we okay, right? It's a healthcare reform awareness, and it's also an artist medical relief for one of our longtime volunteers and artist, Edma Basa. We're raising funds. So that's going to be next week at 7 p.m., August 1. So make sure to register or donate if you can't make it. It's going to go to a good cause, and you're going to learn a lot about healthcare and why it's so important right now. So without further ado, I'm really excited for you all to hear and see what we have in store for you tonight. We're going to do the stage reading. There's 3 plays, and then it's going to be followed by a short talk back at the very end. And we're just going to go right into it. It's going to be one play after the other. So the first play is going to be by Reg Clay. It's called Ang Espiya, or The Spy. And it's going to be followed by Mr. Kilikili's Mom and His Secret Asawa by Conrad A. Panganiban. And our final play is Allos, A Story of Carlos Bulosan by Giovanni Ortega. Yay, so we're really excited. Our first play, once again, I'm just going to repeat it, is Ang Espiya by Reg Clay.
Ang Espiya, an adaptation of the Bertolt Brecht one-act play, The Informer, by Reg Clay.
Nasaan ka
Scene: a rundown apartment, probably only the living room. You can hear noises from other neighbors through the walls. The living room is busy, lots of stuff, but clean. Manny, the father, is reading the paper, and Rose, the mom, is drying dishes in the kitchen. Pearl, a 10-year-old daughter, is swiping her phone.
Annabelle called. Manny, Annabelle called.
Ooh.
Annabelle, you remember her? You know, my friend from church. She wants us to visit them now.
Oh, visit? Why?
Yeah. Why? We can go there after church, and then I have to fix something because they're having like some kind of a potluck.
Oh, God.
Why? Don't worry, I'll fix some tilapia or sisig. Basta simple lang.
Sisig? What? Don't do that.
Why not?
That's not their food. We don't need to do that.
No, I think they'll like it. I mean, you never know.
Do we have to go?
You don't want to go? I just think it would be nice, Manny. I mean, we never go out anyway, and they're our friends.
Friends. They don't even know us.
Of course they do, Manny.
They're way out in Antioch. You want us to drive all the way out there to meet a bunch of white folks that don't know anything about us? Talaga?
Sure they do. You shouldn't think that way. I've told them about us, and they want to know more about, the Filipino culture.
Oh, okay. Sige. Sure they do.
Pearl, you remember Penelope, right? Or how do you say that? Penelope, right? Their little girl. Diba you like playing with her?
They don't have Nintendo.
Oh, that's right. Well, they don't believe daw in video games. Well, you can go outdoors, and just do something like maybe jump rope.
Jump rope?
Besides, it's going to rain this weekend. Just like it's raining now. We're not going.
Money naman. We never meet people. And we don't go out.
Well, we don't have the money to go out. Not right now. Oh, I get paid next week. We all go out, huh? To the movies, promise.
Let's go see a Disney movie.
Oh, is there a Disney movie out?
There's always a Disney movie coming out, corrupting our kids with fairy tales.
Manny, you stop that. I think you're in a bad mood. Oh, what's this, Pearl?
I'm gonna win $1,000.
You are?
Yup, that's what the man says.
What man?
We had a man come to school today. There's a contest. We can win $1,000.
Okay, hold on. It says, as loyal Americans, we want to do our best to protect our community. Oh, if you see anyone suspicious, someone you don't think belongs, let us know. Successful arrests and deportation from your tip will result in $1,000 reward.
Yeah, $1,000.
Honey, what man was this?
The Iceman.
The Iceman came to your school?
Yup, it's Workers' Week. Yesterday it was a fireman. Today it was the Iceman. I'm gonna win $1,000 and we won't be broke no more.
Oh, that's nice, sweetie.
We're not broke.
You always say we don't have no money.
I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay, sweetie, Pearl, we're not broke. We have money, but we have to use that money to pay for the essentials, like our mortgage, the bills.
Okay, can I go play Mario Kart?
Okay, go ahead, sweet.
Well, I'll be damned. My own kid.
She didn't mean it, Manny. I'm sure she knows we're not broke.
Screw it. She knows we're broke. What can we do? So this is what ICE is doing now. Can you believe this?
Okay, let's just ignore it. Pearl?
I left the game at Janelle's house. I'll be right back.
Okay.
It's not enough. They're doing raids in the middle of the night in their homes or at their jobs or in the middle of the streets. Now they want their kids to rat on their parents.
He's listening.
Where is she?
She's in the other room. She said she's playing Nintendo. Manny, I wish we could go somewhere.
I told you it's raining. I'm going to write to the school. It's bullshit.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Just leave it alone.
That's just what these pricks want, for us to be silent, to leave it alone. Alam mo, the school cannot do this.
Manny.
Using our kids, it's not right. What?
Manny. Mahal. You know we can't, right?
They don't know.
But they can find out.
They don't know. If they knew, they would have gotten me by now, no?
Shh, honey.
What? She can't hear. She's just in the other room.
Okay, Manny, let me run this down, okay? We came here 20 years ago. It was easier then. Then 9/11 happened. No, 9/11 didn't even happen. No one paid attention back then. And more importantly, you had your job.
Don't bring that up, please.
No, I'm just saying, you had the job and then they sponsored you.
Alam ko yan, ano?
So that's why nga, you can't say anything. If you write to the school, okay, listen, if you write to the school, right, people will start talking. And then they're gonna focus on you, on us. So I think the best thing is for us just to keep quiet, man.
Ay, nako. Alam mo, damn this business. Oh, you saw how happy she was kanina?
Happy what?
Pearl, winning $1,000. Where's that paper?
She's just a child. She doesn't know any better.
I thought this school was low on funding. How do they actually get to give away this kind of money?
I don't know. I guess it's government issued, right? Here, look. Look at the symbol here. It says it's some, let's see, it's some department, Homeland Security.
No. It's ICE, immigration, naturalization, something.
Okay, I know. Ito yung gagawin ko, I know. I'll take Pearl, what about this? I'll take Pearl somewhere out, right? Like maybe shopping, whatever, movies, or just to take her mind off of it.
Oh, that's right. Just bribe her.
Well, I mean, I don't know, Manny. I mean, we have rights, right? Let me call, what's her name? Yeah, Charlene. Let me call Charlene. Her husband is a lawyer.
Well, didn't you just say to keep quiet?
Yeah, but I mean, we have to do something, man.
Wait. I thought you said she's playing Nintendo.
Yeah, she is. She's playing this.
I don't hear anything.
No, she told me she's playing Nintendo. Pearl? Wait, she's playing there. Hold on, Pearl! Oh! What? She's not there.
Well, where is she?
I don't know.
She just left. She's 12. She can't just leave. She didn't tell you anything.
No, I maybe...
I didn't even hear the door shut. She sneaked out.
Wait. Just let me call Janelle. Maybe she
You
went...
see, I knew this would happen.
Manny, she's a good girl, okay?
She's independent. Did you hear her the other day? Huh?
The other day what? When?
I don't know. A couple days ago. You didn't hear her?
What nga?
She was singing.
Okay, it was great. Singing what?
The Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was that game, she saw the woman singing the song, before the game began, and then the football game.
She knew all the words, every line, you see?
Oh, so what's the problem?
It's indoctrination, assimilation. She's an American girl, all right? Not kapuso anymore. Think about it. When is the last time she sang a Filipino song? We have Tagalog songs on all the time, and we embrace our culture. We taught her the language. We take her to the cultural centers. But no, she loves the US of A. And now look, they taught her to salute the flag. They have her singing these rap songs, playing PlayStation and Nintendo, wearing those clothes, acting like her friends, and eating hamburgers.
Manny, you like hamburgers also?
I'm serious.
Manny, I think you're just being ridiculous.
I swear to you, Rose, she's turning on us. And now the school wants her to spy on immigrants.
Okay, Manny. Let me just say this, okay? As her mother, she's just a girl and she likes to sing. Let's keep it simple. You wanted her to be an American. So that's why we came here. We wanted to start a family. And so life will be easier. like for all of us. No more, remember those dirt roads? No more those crappy jobs. I mean, this was our future here in America. And you got the job and your worker's visa money. I just want to ask you, can you just get your job back? Maybe you can call Sid. You can just call Sid and ask him.
Tama na. Stop it. I
What?
can't get it back. It's over.
Why? Why not?
I don't want to talk about it. It's beyond the point. That's not the issue. The issue here is your daughter.
Yeah, our daughter, Pearl, thinks we're legal. She thinks you're legal. She doesn't really know the truth.
Sigurado ka ba? You sure?
You don't know your own daughter?
Oh, you do? Then where is she? Where did your daughter go?
Well, she's, she's got to be somewhere. Hold on. Pearl! Pearl! Pearl!
Where's her phone? Where's your phone? You have your phone?
Wait. Oh my God! Where'd I put my phone?
She sneaks out. You know why? She can't call them here, not while we're here.
No!
No, think about it. We'd hear her. She's a sneaky little girl. You know, I caught her with a candy bar last week after dinner, hidden under her bed.
Mommy, please! Where's my phone?
The developing story.
Federal agents conduct 7
Yeah.
Daily City News at 11.
Daily City? What? Daily City? No, I thought we're a sanctuary city.
Oh, you see? I told you, they're coming.
What's that?
Oh, no.
Oh my God!
Oh, no. No.
No, it can't be them.
I'll go. It's okay.
No.
It's my fault. I'll have to face them, not you.
No, Mommy, please, no.
Don't cry. They want me. It's okay. Okay, I'm coming.
No, Mommy!
I left my keys in the house.
Oh my God, Pearl,
Where have you been?
been?
At Janelle's house, like I told you, Mom.
Oh my God. You see, Manny? She's just a sweet little girl.
You sure?
Mr. Kilikili's Mom and His Secret Asawa by Conrad A. Panganiban. Time, somewhere around midnight. Italy time. Place, Florence, Italy, in a cafe, at a table.
What your nickname? Mr. Kill Kill.
It's more original than the White Widow. Tell me, how is Mr. Widow?
$1 million German bearer bonds now, and another 1 million when you return with special package. Picture of target and his name are inside. Read instructions once you board my jet. And Ivajt bajdiot nustet, Sivieto.
Spasiba. No mnie muswesnieni.
Then you stone it big after you finish job the first time. To make sure.
I always am. That's why it's done twice. Bang, bang.
Bank.
Really? Only bang, bang. 2 bangs. Your bang made it 3.
And bank and bank.
No! Now up to 5. They call me Mr. Kill Kill. Not Mr. Kill Kill, Kill Kill Kill. You get the picture.
Fine. Picture I get. But what I do not get is why you picked to meet here. I thought you were staying in Rome.
I am. But Florence has the better cafe ristretto, molto migliosi. Besides, you did say discreet. And trust me, no one will know us here.
Billy? Billy!
Mom? Mom, what are you doing here?
You forgot? It's our pilgrimage tour. And who's this?
Punky. Punky Brewster.
Hello, Punky. That's a funny name. Why are you wearing that? You're inside and it's nighttime. Take it off. And is it too sunny for you too?
Mom.
No, it is okay, huh? Your mother is right. I hope that you're enjoying your trip.
Oh, I am! We started in Fatima and then went to Lourdes and we're going to Vatican tomorrow. Wait, why are you here?
Work. You know I have to travel for work.
But it's so late to be working.
We are on New York time.
Right. You know, busy.
Ay, sus Mario, Sep, you're always working.
And I wonder who I get that from.
I made the sacrifice for you. So now it's your turn. You know what I'm talking about?
And not now, Mom, please. Where's Auntie Rita and everyone else?
Asleep. We're staying at the hotel across the street. I can't sleep yet.
I don't think they serve warm milk here.
Why not? There are no cows in Italy?
Buttermilk makes you sleepy.
Oh, yes. Oh, him too. When he wouldn't go to sleep when I told him to. How old were you? 4, I think. I would give him some warm milk and he would fall fast asleep. And sometimes I would put some cough medicine with codeine into his milk too. Tulog na siya.
Wait, you drugged me?
Well, you're still alive.
4 milliliters of codeine would only make 4-year-old drowsy. You can also use pinch of doxylamine succinate or diphenhydramine for the same effect with no taste or odor, completely untraceable.
Okay. And then when he was 12, I think, you wanted to go to summer camp with all your other tabak kids. He was really husky.
You don't have to tell that story, Ma.
Oh, yes, I do. I want to tell your friend about the sacrifices I made for you. Now, where was I?
Summer camp.
Yes. I worked at his elementary school in the day, and then I work at the nursing home at night so that he can go to that camp. And now look at you. You're too skinny.
That was the goal, Ma. But that's why I learned how to shoot, too.
Ay, nako! Why did they give tabak kids guns? Is it to shoot your own food?
It was to develop a skill, Ma. A skill.
What kind of a skill has the word kill in it? God would not like that. So after that, I said, no more guns.
Right, Ma. No more guns. But I also promised you that when I'm older, I'd get a job so you don't have to work 3 jobs anymore. And I get to pay for your trips. like this one. So no more stories, okay?
But I like stories, and I like your mother. How come you never told me about her?
Well, we have something in common. I've never heard anything about you either.
Thanks, Punky. Mom, it's just that I've been really busy lately, and we're just...
Again with the busy. Too busy to even see or call your mom. You know, I'm not going to live forever.
I know, Mom, but...
What do you mean? You know. You can't wait until I'm dead.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm just saying how busy work
Are
is.
you too busy to call your mom?
Oh, she is dead.
Oh, ay, condolence. I'll pray a rosary for her. Ay, you know, his daddy passed away too.
Oh, so you raised him all by yourself?
Since he was 2 years old, I gave him everything he wanted, and now I'm the one being ignored.
I'm not ignoring you, Mom.
How do you know, my son?
I work with him. Perfect. We're in middle of transaction.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yes, but you can't look. It's important stuff.
More important than me?
I didn't say that.
More important than having a family?
Again? Really?
Where is my grandchild?
You have child.
No.
And I wonder why not. Is it because you're too busy? I don't have anyone else. You're always traveling. You don't call. Unless you and Billy are boyfriend and girlfriend? Hmm?
Da.
I know it! A mother knows these things. Ha! Wait. You both look old. You better get married soon.
To Mr. Kilkio.
Shut up! Shut up!
You know his nickname?
Yes, but how do you know it?
Well, because I gave it to him.
You did.
Well, I'm going to the bar and shoot myself in the face. Do you want anything?
One day, I come home from work and I see him in his room putting both his hands underneath his armpits like this. And he's really rubbing. And then he puts his fingers to his nose. And he starts to langhap like that.
Vitya.
Yes.
Vitya.
Ay, nako. I said, "Hoy! What are you doing?" And then he turned around with his face like, and he has some of the hairs is still from his kilikili stuck in his fingernails.
This is not happening.
So from that point on, when we are alone, sometimes I call him Mr. Kilikili. And now that you know, you are like family now.
Wow. Look at the time. I gotta go now.
Oy! You forgot your... What's this?
Mom, it isn't what it looks like.
Is this why you're not married?
I can explain.
Why I don't have grandkids?
Mom, I didn't know how to tell you about...
Him? What's his name? Tell me his
Sergey.
name.
Petrakova.
Was I talking to you? Why didn't you tell me about you and Sergey?
Huh?
You think I'm stupid? I know what's going on here.
You do?
Of course. My son is gay.
I am?
And this Sergey is his secret asawa.
My husband?
What else could it be? I want a grandchild. And you can give one to me. Now it makes sense why you're avoiding me. You still should have told me. You know I watch Modern Family.
What about the church?
Anak, I believe that God doesn't make mistakes. So if God made you, then you aren't one either. Billy, anak, I want you to be happy with whoever will make you happy. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
But there is one more thing that you do not know.
There is?
Really. In Sergey, they are going to adopt baby in Belarus.
Really?
Billy will be joining them soon. That is why I am here, to tell him that the agency we worked with has found you a grandson.
Oh my God! Really? Prayers, oh my God, my prayers have been answered. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I can't wait to tell everyone. Let's catch up in the morning, anak, ha, before we leave.
I can't. I'm leaving tonight.
Oh no, enjoy tomorrow morning with your mother. You can leave in the afternoon.
Oh, good. I finally get some time with you. Thank you, Punky Brewster. I'll see you soon. Anak, I love you.
I love you too, Mom.
Hug.
Thanks for covering for me. She'd die if she knew what I really am. So where are we gonna get this kid?
That is
So where are we
sorry,
gonna...
that is the mission, huh? Kill my husband, Sergey. Please. And bring my son to America. Your mother will raise him as her grandchild. I would do it, but if I am seen there by any of his men, then I am dead, and possibly my son as well. So, It is imperative that no one knows who you are when you do the job. Unless your mother will be making surprise visit there too.
Not funny. You know, he's going to need his mother. You.
What he will need is someone who will love him as much as she loves you. We both live in very dark world, Mr. Kilikili. He does not need to be part of it, even if it is not with me.
That sounds very motherly of you.
Perhaps. But since I also have a real nickname, we are like family now. Diba?
Da.
Tapos na. The end.
Parang kailan lang ang mga pangarap ko'y kay hirap abutin.
Halika! Halika! Come and see! On Queen Anne Hill where the wind tastes the same as Binalonan. For over a quarter of a century, people forgot about me and thought I never existed. But sometimes they give you back your name. My name is Carlos Bulosan, but you can call me Allos. Here is my grave, where I was laid to rest on September 11, 1956. And I haven't been able to sleep since then. And let me tell you why. You see, when I first arrived here, the wind slapped my face telling me to go back home. And so did many Americans that I encountered. Hindi puede. Once you turn your back on your country, it won't be the same. Diba? You may return, but you're no longer from there. Do you know anybody who was born in a different country? Ask them. They'll tell you. Yeah. What's your name, kaibigan? That means friend. Kumusta, boy? You remind me of myself when I first left home. Halika. I must tell you a little kwento. A story about a boy who ran away from home. Our land was getting smaller and smaller to a point where the family could no longer fit or afford to stay in the farm. Inay, my brothers, and sister moved to the closest village, Binalonan. I stayed with my tatay, my father, to help with the farm when I was 7 years old. I went to the village school, but would help him in the fields early in the morning and when I returned in the afternoon. He never said much, but was always working.
I'll take you to town tomorrow, anak. You'll live with your mother, brother and sisters.
Ano po? But I don't want to go to town. I don't want to live with them.
I've done all that I could do. The land that we've been working is no longer ours. We lost it to the moneylender. Wala na akong magagawa.
Tatay became a hired help for other farmers. Nanay just had another girl. I had to find a way to help support our family, so I moved into town with her.
Allos! Allos! Anak, gising na. Wake up. We have a long journey today. Pusorobio is far, and we must arrive before the other market sellers, otherwise it will be too late when the competition arrives. We have several baskets of munggo. Go ahead and grab one of them. And I will put 3 on my head. Sige na, wag kang masyado antukin.
Pero Nay, even the roosters are still sleeping eh.
They can sleep all they want kasi the earlier we work, the better the profit. Go, get the munggo. Ingat anak, be careful. It's very muddy.
Dan.
Rain is good luck. Okay, pahinga muna tayo. Let's sit and rest here.
May dumadating na.
Di tumayo ka. Stand up and sell, anak.
Munggo! Munggo! Bili na po kayo. Mura-mura lang po to. Nay, parang ayaw nila.
Go to someone else. Huwag kang bumigay.
Don't give up. Munggo! Munggo! Bili na po kayo. Ay, salamat po. Ay, look at their dresses. They're so pretty. And are those leather shoes? He's wearing a barong. That karomata is beautiful. And that horse is so healthy.
No staring, anak. It's not good to stare.
Naku, look at that woman and her 2 servants. Napakaganda. She's so pretty, like a prinsesa. Nana is staring too.
Oi! What are you looking at? Oi!
No, wag!
Wait,
It's okay.
pa?
It's all right. It's all right.
Dirty peasant.
It's all right. It's all right.
Leche.
It's all right. It's all right. Don't stare, anak.
From that day on, I would never crawl on my knees and say, "It's all right. It's all right." Besides, bringing food to the table, whether it be
adobo or paksiw with bagoong.
I also had to work to help pay for my brother's Macario's high school education in Lingayen. We lost a hectare of land every time we paid for his tuition until there was no more land to sell. He was the only one chosen to go. Imagine not receiving education because the family could only afford to send one person to school. Macario, the scholar who always read to me before bedtime.
He delivered his people to safety in another land. It happened a long time ago. You see, Moses was a wise Jewish man whose moral code was obeyed by people for centuries.
Is there someone like him here in the Philippines?
Yes, Allos. His name was Jose Rizal. He wrote Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, which discussed the Filipinos' plight during the Spanish rule.
He was a writer.
And he fought for people's rights. In fact, before his assassination on the eve of December 30th, 1896, he said these final words.
Adiós, patria dara. Región de so querida. Pela de mar de oriente. Nuestro pedida eren. A dónde voy? Alegre la triste mustia vida. I have perceived a little light, and I believe it is my duty to show it to my countrymen.
I want to be just like Rizal. Soon, Macario left again for Mindanao and eventually came here to the US. Now, I also had a brother who would end up here, but lead a completely different lifestyle. Ha!
Puisit! This caribou won't move away from the tree.
Amado, have patience, mano.
Ano ka ba? It's raining.
Kipe. We called him that because it means someone who is always itchy and couldn't stay put. Amado was the city boy.
Ayoko dito. I don't like living, breathing, and eating in a farm.
Ano, kite? Halika na! Stop running! Come back! Nanay, Amado has left for America, and Macario's been gone for a while now.
Alam ko.
I will send money every month. It's my turn to go.
Sigurado ka pa?
I'm old enough. I'm 12, remember? It's only a couple hours away.
Don't stare, anak.
Opo. Have you ever seen your mother cry? I just turned my head and walked away. Baguio, a mountain city like here in Seattle, especially when the fog comes to visit in the morning.
Hey, you. Yeah, you, native boy. Come over here. Yeah. Can I take a picture of you? Right over here by the trees. Okay, yeah, sit down. That's it. All right, ready? 1, 2, wait a minute. Put some dirt on your face. Yeah, that's more authentic. Say cheese. Here you go.
This is not going to be enough money. Kumusta? Trabaho po? Ingles? Kumusta? Trabaho po? Ingles? Kumusta? Trabaho po? Ingles?
Psst, oi! No one has ever made money just talking to themselves and sitting around. Halika, oi! Let me introduce myself. My name is Damasio, an Inglewood boy who can teach you the ropes. Now help me push this wheelbarrow and we will fill it with sacks of rice and kangkong. In order to survive in this city, you will need to learn how to speak English. There are 3 very important words you must learn first. Hello, sir. Here are your vegetables. Hello is kumusta. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you is salamat. Goodbye, boss. Goodbye is paalam. Now, let me take you to my boss's house. She's American, and I'm pretty sure her neighbor's looking for hired help. Now, Miss Trandon is a librarian, so you really have to practice your English, huh?
Hello, thank you, goodbye, hello.
What did you do to your face, dear?
Well, ma'am, when I'm not bringing vegetables to the people, the touristas take pictures of me and pay me 5 cents when I put dirt on my face.
Please wash it. There's nothing more disgusting than a filthy person. You don't want to look like a dirty peasant. Go along now and return the wheelbarrow, but come back here if you'd like to work for me.
She had an intelligence like no other. Porcelain skin and was a painter at heart. Miss Strandon. taught me to be adept at general housework, but I knew that I must learn English if I wanted to get to know her. So I continued to learn from Dalmacio, who had an affinity for presidents. Mom, what happened to Abraham Lincoln?
Where did you hear about him?
Dalmacio, Mom.
Lincoln was a poor boy who became president of the United States. He said that all men are created equal and that slavery should be abolished. Hold on. History. Philippines is now part of the United States, so you should learn about it. It's your country too, dear. The U.S. is us now. Since you like to read, I think it would be great if we got you a job at the library. It's so quiet there. You can hear all the stories come to life.
Thanks, Mom. Lincoln was a poor boy who became president of the U.S. and the Philippines is now part of the United States of America. The U.S. is us now. Then, does that mean I'm American? It was clear where I needed to go. America! It was a June day in Seattle. Everything seemed native and promising to me. Tall buildings and valleys next to each other. It was as if I was.
Hoy, kid! Ano ka ba? You get run over by a car standing in the street like that. Come with us to Chinatown. Yeah, there's a hotel on King Street filled with Pinoys. Halika na! Come on, there's one more space for you in the car.
When the seven of us got to the room, two guys were playing pusoy, poker, and the rest joined in except me. Then two visitors left and disappeared. It was an hour later when my companions realized that all their money was stolen. 20 cents lang ang pera ko. That's the landlord. Naku, what are we going to do? Wala na siya. He's gone.
All right, Pinoys, you're working for me now. I just paid your rent, $25. Get your hats and follow me. Leave your suitcases here. I'll take care of them until you get back from Alaska. Don't worry, Naman. I'm just like you. Good fishing, boys. Boss, I brought you 75 strapping young lads, all under 25 years old, strong as a carabao. $7.50 each, which makes a total $5.62.50. I figure I'll give you a discount, make it $5.62 even.
We all worked under this man for a month and after that was over, he disappeared in the middle of the night. Boss, you want me to sign this? $40 for bedding and luxuries? What luxuries? All we do is work 14 hours a day in the fish canneries. There's 15 of us in a room, and the bunk houses we sleep in at night is unfit even for the fish we catch. What luxuries? Manongs are getting sick because of the ammonia and the machines, and the lighting is dangerous for our eyes. Something has to change. When I landed in Seattle a second time. All right, boss. Deduct the money from the room and board. $13? What am I supposed to do with this? Even $13 will not get you par in the 30s. What happens when you run out of money? You don't eat. And I found out immediately that a hungry minority is not a good place to be. But it was still better than the Philippines. And if you look hard enough, there's always work to be found in America. He's right. It's clear we have our differences, but we Filipinos must stick together because many have become suspicious of us. We have heard them say, "Get rid of all Filipinos or we'll burn this town down." Remember the two Pinoys found dead last week by Sunnyside?
We Mexicanos are on the same boat as you because people are afraid that we are out to take away their jobs.
Only if we are united, we can put our ideas together.
We should create our own union.
Our very own labor union. In 1933, we formed the Cannery Workers and Farm Laborers Union, which later became Local 37 of the American Federation of Labor. This is also where I found many of my lifelong friends and allies, like Jose. Jose, your boss trusts you because you're a hard worker. Convince him to hire the whole group. Tell him that you can provide him with reliable men to work in the farms. There are so many Pinoy migrant workers scattered all over the country. You know them, leaders like Millar and Ganso. We traveled by boxcars and hitchhiked like looking for one seasonal job to the next. From farms of small towns called Moxie City, prairie towns like Grandview, Sunnyside, Santa Maria, San Luis Obispo, and to bigger areas like Santa Barbara, Stockton. They are afraid, my brother. They are afraid of our mighty fists, my brother.
They are afraid of almighty fists, my brother.
They are afraid of the magnificence of our works, my brother.
They are afraid of the magnificence of our works, my brother.
They are afraid of the magnificence of our works, my brother.
They are even afraid of our songs of love, my brother.
We don't allow brown monkeys here in Climax Falls. Well, best you go with us. Where did you come from?
I just want to work, sir.
Don't patronize me, okay? Oh, you're Filipino, aren't you? Didn't you see the signs?
No Filipinos or dogs allowed?
That's right. No Filipinos or dogs allowed. We're taking you in.
Trespassing. They smelled like whiskey when they dragged me out the cell. They got in their car as I walked in front. Whenever I slowed down, they'd hit me with the bumper.
Don't stare, anak.
After 2 days, 3 nights, I caught a freight train to San Francisco. I'd like to build a home here someday. Not Klamath Falls. How can you build a place so beautiful with so much hate in it? It was like this for a long time, hopping from one place to another, looking for work. Yes, boss, I'll wash your dishes for $7 a week. I ran away from that job after 3 weeks. You've never seen me here in Santa Barbara, sir. I just arrived. Of course I can work in your bakery, no problem. 3 months, then I was gone. Now in bigger towns, no matter how bad the work was, we'd get dressed up. Oh, sige, I'll meet you there. Sometimes we'd get dressed up even if we don't have a job. A Filipino who has a job in a restaurant, a hotel, or a rich person's home would carry his work clothes in a small bag and afterwards go to a gambling house or a dance hall. 25 cents to dance with a blondie. But after a while, it became too loud. I remembered Miss Strandon and found the library. Silence. It smells of knowledge. I was at the library in Lompok when I overheard Pinoys talking about going to Landstrom Cafe. Curiosity led me there later that night. There's a Filipino smoking a cigar and spitting like a big man into a box on the floor. He's going to the back where people are gambling and cursing. I'm going to follow him to the back room. Please don't shoot! Manong?
Sorry?
Manong, kapatid mo ako.
I don't know who you are.
Taga Mangusmana tayo. Nakalimutan mo na ba ang simoy ng angin sa bayan? Naalala mo ba nung hinampas mo yung kalabaw sa ulan dahil ayaw gumalaw?
You've got the wrong person.
O nung nahulog ako sa puno ng buko at dinalhan mo ko ng mga dyaryo para may mabasa sa bahay? Nakalimutan mo na ba nung hinawakan mo ang aking mukha? Tapos, tumakbo ka pupunta sa Binalonan para magtrabaho? Manong kiti. Si Allos ako.
If you really are my brother, tell me your mother's name.
Miteriya, pero ang tunay niyang pangalan ay Atulia Sampayan. Nagbebenta kami ng bagoong at asin sa mga bayan noon.
It's been so long since I heard the sound of home. I look at you. Why have you grown? I had almost forgotten you. Please forgive me, my brother. Life is tough, Carl. I had a good job, but the depression came. You shouldn't have come to America. Now you can never go back. We're in a bootleg racket. Join us if you like, but it can be very dangerous.
Prohibition. Amado put money in my pocket when he realized I was not planning to stay and work with him. I left for Los Angeles. He called me Carl. I was on Vermont Avenue at a pool room when two policemen shot a Filipino in the back. As I was leaving the restaurant,
Carl, is that you?
Manong!
Let's get out of here. A scene of a crime is not a good place to be. Halika na. I have a hotel room on Broadway Street. Stay with me. We'll find work together. There are many rich people here on Wilshire. We'll walk on opposite sides of the street and go to different houses. Knock. Knock on the door. Ask if they need their rugs clean. Now grab the rugs one by one. Okay, roll up your sleeves and your pants. Beat them as much as you can with the broom that they give you.
After cleaning rugs, we went back to the house to get paid.
50 cents for 8 hours of work?
What more do you want, brown monkey?
My educated brother is just another brown monkey in America.
We have to come from a different angle. An angle where they don't have to see our brown skin. Yet they still hear us. The pen is mightier than the fist. We will fight through our words and publish our very own magazine called The New Tide.
Right? It's as if I've never heard of that word before. His words ignited a fire inside of me. The pen became my weapon and the paper my shield. I saw myself talking to millions without ever opening my mouth. Milar became one of our newspaper reporters, and with the help of Jose and Ganso, we were able to interview workers everywhere.
Writing is only the first part, but now we have to distribute these 100 copies and share them with everyone.
Mga kababayan, workers of the field, our stories are in these papers. Read them and talk about our struggle. And make sure to read it out loud to those who do not have the luxuries to do so. They too are part of our movement. The publication of the New Tide strengthened the Filipino Workers Association and the UCAPAWA, or United Cannery, Agricultural, Packing, and Allied Workers of America. But word got around and retaliation is inevitable. Jose and other labor leaders met up in Milar's house in San Francisco to set out a plan. Look, special committees have been formed in the state legislature and in Congress to have migratory workers regimented. They also are trying to dismantle our unionism and telling lies. Our kababayans in urban and rural areas must stick together. Then we will proceed to join forces with our Mexican brothers and plan out an all-out statewide strike.
Up early like a slave in a...
It was a long road ahead for all of us. Jose and I were in Santa Maria when we heard that Milar was having trouble in San Jose. We took the first bus to head over there, but we didn't find him. Our plight was no longer a Filipino issue, but a labor issue.
Hermanos, I come here today to tell you what is going on. It is not only happening in lettuce and asparagus fields, but also everywhere. If we do not unite, you will be at the mercy of your employers. There's no other choice but to strike.
Through Jose's Spanish translation, they listened and heard. By the end, only 50 remained to work in the fields, and the rest joined us. That night, Jose and I were at the back room of a restaurant preparing leaflets when 5 men came into the room. It was too late. Milar, you're bleeding!
This is the right spot. Yeah, these trees will hide us. You have the rope, Lester? Go on ahead and hit him as much as you want. Hey, stand up, you brown monkey! Now, don't let him wipe off that blood off his face. That's right, crawl, boy. No one's gonna see you here. Go on and tie him to that tree. Yeah, get the tar in the car and the feathers real quick. Now, don't mess with the Mexicans. They're ours. I will make you into a brown monkey that flies.
Then they turned to me and did the same. Ah! When they were done with us, they went back to the car and got drunk with whiskey. We escaped, but we had to go our separate ways. I recall avoiding a police car passing. I know deep down in my heart that I am an exile in America.
I feel like a criminal running away from a crime I didn't commit.
This crime is that I am a Filipino in America.
Don't stare, anak.
I found myself in San Jose, where someone helped me recover before I went back to Los Angeles. There were many white people who showed me compassion towards me. One of them was Dora, whose hair was the color of the sun that smelled of mint leaves. She taught me how to laugh again.
You would be really useful to the Young Communist League.
What makes you think that? I don't know much about it.
You're being silly. We talked about it before. What's that?
I'm writing a poem. It's not... Dora!
It was not homeward to the first known land or escape to white sea sprays blossoming on inland shore, but a vast heritage of war and destruction breaking too soon for the living and willing to die. It's beautiful.
Really? You like it? I haven't thought of a title yet.
You're talking about landscapes, but using body as a metaphor. Landscape with figures.
Landscape with figures.
Write more poems.
I found my voice in poetry, and Dora was the music.
Mr. Bulosan, you have an advanced stage of tuberculosis. Due to the state of your condition, you have to stay here at the Los Angeles County Hospital. There is a possibility of losing the function of one of your lungs, and depending on the circumstance, we might have to take out some of your ribs. The cast on your leg will have to remain.
My body was confined to the hospital, but it could not imprison my words. I seemed to be babbling with the multitudinous ideas. Even if my body was weak and tired, I locked myself in the room, unplugged the phone, pulled down the shades, and shut the whole damn world. I knew enough of it to carry me for a lifetime of writing. June 11, 1937, dear Dora, the doctors are saying that the third operation was a success. After you left, I ate some of the cookies. I ate some of the candies and drank some of the milk you brought. They're good snacks for reading. Books are my only friends here at the hospital. This morning, I was reading Gorky's early works. I think the greatest art will appear in a happy world of free men.
September 14th, 1937. How good it is to be strong enough to hold this notebook on my chest and write. Somebody donated blood for me today. Same type, but they wouldn't say who they were. Death surrounds me here. Visit me. It's nice to smell someone alive.
Dora? What is it?
I'm going to the Soviet Union where I was born.
Why would you go back when you've been here for so long?
It's important to have a child born in a land without racism, and I can speak freely as a woman.
You're pregnant.
I leave next week. Keep writing.
Paalam. When she left, I buried myself with a pen and wrote, and instead of sending it to her, I submitted it to a publication, just as she had suggested. Then several of my poems appeared in Poetry, a magazine of verses. It was bittersweet, really, that it took someone that I love to leave for my words to live on.
Welcome back, Allos. 2 years in the hospital is a long time. You want some adobo? Maybe some paksiw with bagoong? There's a small turo-turo on First Street. Oh, also, a friend told me that he saw parent signs on Vermont Avenue District. Sometimes they raise the prices when they see us, pero we will find a way. Halika na. Let's catch a streetcar.
Oh, it's Amado. I was in there at the time of your last operation. I gave a pint of blood and left. They didn't need to know who I was. Yes, I will go back to LA and live with you and Macario, just like how I was in Mangusmana.
For a brief moment, it was just like home. But soon...
Who are these people that you're bringing to my home?
Oh, your home, huh?
Manong.
I don't trust them.
Napakayabang mo.
He's right, Amado.
Taking his side, huh?
Sober up and get a real job. You do nothing but...
Brothers!
Oh! Oh!
Tama na! Tama na! Amado, put that knife away! Macario, go and wash the blood up your face. Amado, you were going to kill him. I had to do it. Manong kite-kite, halika na! Stop running, come back! It took a long time before we spoke again. When the copies of my first book of poems, Letters from America, arrived, I went to look for him to tell him the good news. He was at a Temple Street bar with 2 girls. A few days later, he came to my room with a bag on his back.
I've joined the Navy. Many Pinoys enlisted too. Come with me to the station. You don't have to wait.
I do, Manong.
Para sa'yo, kapatid. Remember when I hit that carabao in the rain because he wouldn't move? Your Manong is as stubborn.
He gave me an envelope with $25 and a note.
I'm not as well read as you are, but I know that a little volume of poetry can give you something to the world. I could have striven to raise myself as you have done, but life led me elsewhere. However, I'm glad that I remained what I am, because it will give you the chance to see your own brother in darkness.
If I'll not come back, let me live again in your words.
If you want to know who we are, real soldiers, Navy men, citizens guarding the imperishable will of man to live in grandeur.
Kite-kite. When Amado left, Macario walked around the streets restlessly. Even if they didn't get along, they were still brothers. When his feet got tired, he knocked at my door.
Allos, I've enlisted in the army. Keep all my books intact because I'd like to read them when I get back. No need to get sad. I'm just going away to do my job. Just like when I used to leave for school. Paalam.
Paalam, Manong. My brother's gone, my health diminishing, a world war in our hands. Well, that's not a good way to end the story now, is it? Is it? I don't think so, because there were still 13 years of my life left. Right, that's what I did. Where President Franklin Delano Roosevelt commissioned me to write Freedom from Want. I recalled and wrote about the laughter of my father, the cry and the dedication, and of course my story to share. And for all of you here to hear, America is in the heart. America is in the hearts of men that died for freedom. America is not a land of one race or one class of men.
We are all American and have toiled and suffered and known oppression and defeat. From the first Native American that offered peace in Manhattan to the last Filipino pea picker.
America is also the nameless foreigner, the homeless refugee, the hungry boy begging for a job, and the black body dangling from a tree.
America is the illiterate immigrant who is ashamed that the world of books and intellectual opportunities is closed to them.
We are that nameless foreigner.
That homeless refugee. That hungry boy.
That illiterate immigrant.
And that lynched black body.
All of us.
Native born.
Or immigrant.
Educated or illiterate.
We are America.
We are America.
We are America.
We are America.
My name is Carlos Bulosan, but you can call me Allos.
Sa kabutiran ng isang tabi, isang ako at ating nakada. Sa isang puno kami at kami ay masayang masaya.
Yay, let's give it up for Espiya. Directed by Reg Clay. Writer and director Reg Clay. Thank you so much, Espiya. Secret Asawa by Conrad and Panganiban. Yay! Directed by Ragaza. Thank you. Allos, a story of Carlos Bulosan by Giovanni Ortega, directed by Cascasan. Yay! Once again, let's give it up for the entire cast of Kwento Times Reading, Staged Reading. Yay! Everybody turn on your videos, panelists. Woohoo! I'm just gonna do let in our writers really quick. Writers who are here tonight. And here we go. And then let me find Gio. Okay, all right. So we have all of our panelists, our writers, all the actors. Yes, thank you once again for joining us. Make sure you tune in next week again for Okay Batayo. It's in August 1 at 7 p.m. It's a healthcare reform awareness and artist medical relief fundraiser. And it's gonna be hosted by Samson A. Manalo, puppetry by Ramona Budd, U-Jam workout by Liza Arpello, music by Rachel Astis-Mosa, and Golda Sargento with Bindlestiff Forbidden Futures, Geek Show, Granny Car Gangstas, and Queer as Fuck. And just go to our website at bindlestiffstudio.org or any of our social media to find out more info. So, yay, I just want to thank all the actors for giving us their time. Yay! Woot woot. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the portion of our short talk back. If you have any questions for the writers, feel free to type it in the chat box. So we have Reg Clay, who wrote Espiya. Yay, Reg. And then we got Conrad, who wrote Mr. Kilikili's Mom and his Secret Asawa. And we have Giovanni Ortega, yeah, who wrote Allos, a story of Carlos Bulosan. Awesome. So I'm going to start off the talk back with one question for you, for the three of you, and we'll go in order, I guess, of the lineup tonight. So, what was your inspiration for writing this play? So we'll start with Reg. I'm going to spotlight you.
Well, I just want to thank Bindlestiff for doing this.
It's great to be working with Bindlestiff again. I've done Stories High. I've got a couple of posters on the wall that deal with Stories High. So Bindlestiff has always been very special to me. So my inspiration for the play, it's actually an adaptation of Bertolt Brecht's one-act play, The Informer. Bertolt Brecht in 1938 wrote 27 one-acts, which dealt with basically Germany in the grips of Hitler. And there are a lot of individuals, when Brecht wrote this, did not know how dangerous Hitler was because, you know, Poland had not been invaded yet and all that stuff. And so I wanted to write a parallel between what's happening today in the age of Trump and compare it to, you know, what happened in Germany. And actually, there are a couple of writers, Scott Munson and Christine Urin and myself, will be writing these adaptations, and it'll be presented at the Town Hall Theater. So I wanted to, and I sort of wanted to get to let folks know it's not just Latinos who are affected by this, but all individuals who deal with, you know, immigration issues, and I'm sure it's affecting the Philippine community as well. So that's basically my inspiration.
Great. Thank you, Reg. Okay, so we'll go to Conrad. He wrote the Mr. Kilikili, Mr. Kilikili's mom and his secret Asawa.
Hey, again, thank you, Aureen and everybody at Bindlestiff for doing this play. I actually wrote it in 2012 because at the time Bindlestiff was doing a play called The Strange Case of Citizen De La Cruz, and that kind of had a spy element to it. It was by Luis Francia. So I think I wanted to see a Filipino as a spy. I wanted to, you know, when was the last time you've seen that? And that's kind of my role as a writer, is to bring these worlds, bring our worlds as part of these worlds that we don't really see. So I was just really kind of excited to do this and now to share it with Bindlestiff, my home. So that's it. That was my inspiration.
Yay, thank you. It was very, very, very hilarious. Okay, we'll go to Gio. Spotlight you. Go ahead and let us know what your inspiration was for Carlos Bulosan story.
This was a commission by East West Players Theater Company. So they asked me to, well, they had several writers to pitch the play, and I was lucky enough to be chosen to write the one-person show. It was originally a one-person show, and it was written 2012, like Conrad's piece. But the funny thing is that it seems to be relevant every, it just keeps on being relevant, you know, for the last 75 years, 80 years at this point. So what I decided to do was kind of like expand it. It became a two-person show. Tapos it became the Three Brothers. And then I was like, that's kind of patriarchal. So let's really infuse the female character in. And I'll say this, Jamie, shout out to you. Of course, Glenn, Oliver, and Giancarlo for doing a great job. But yo, when Huwag Kang Bumigay was said today, it was like, did I write that in the script? So I literally had to go back to the script, and I was like, that was the first time I've heard that said with so much power, that I feel that that's gonna be changed from don't stare anak to Huwag Kang Bumigay. Don't give up. And so it's just such a great opportunity for telling the story again and again. And had I not been part of Bindlestiff, thank you, Aureen and Joe, for doing this, I would have not heard some of those powerful words tonight. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to all of our folks. I want to give a shout out to the directors too, the folks that help direct these pieces and really bring it to Zoom life. You know, this is a different type of performance. Is there anybody that have a question? There hasn't been any questions. that were typed in, but if any other folks in the cast maybe have a question. Yeah, I noticed that a lot of these stories are still, you know, the Carlos Bulosan, the Espiya is very relevant to what's happening now, right? It's still resonating to this day, and especially the ang Espiya with what's going on currently with immigration as well. Yeah, was there anything that like you heard tonight? Just jumping off of what Giovanni just said for Conrad and Reg, like was there anything that jumped off from the what you wrote and kind of like sounded different, or like you heard it in a different way?
I truly appreciate the work. It's great work with Mike Dorado, and working with him and his daughter Tamarind. Tamarind, yeah, Tamarind, and of course working with Jackie. Once again, I haven't seen Jackie's face since we did Stories High, I think in 2011. So that's a long, long time ago. It's almost a decade. But I knew that she would have it, and I really appreciate them injecting the Philippine terms and a lot of their own language into it, which is obviously something I could not do at all because, I know a couple of Philippine words, but, not all of it. But they really grabbed it and made it their own. And, as a writer, that really makes me feel special. They really breathe life into it. So I truly appreciate that.
I just love seeing it come to life because this is actually the first time that I've ever seen it performed. So I'm really stoked. I did have this play performed in Chicago a while ago, but because I was here, I wasn't able to see it. But seeing the mom's character come to life is kind of how I envisioned it. So Clare did an amazing job, as well as, and of course Golda brought the darkness to this whole world. So that was really cool. I haven't seen it, and of course Oliver is like Mr. Every Person tonight. So I'm just thankful for just seeing it come together.
Thank you. So we have a question actually from the audience. Darren Wong asks, out of curiosity, if Giovanni, if you know, did Carlos Bulosan ever cross paths with Larry Itliong?
I did a lot of research when I first wrote it. No, they didn't. And Larry was actually older than him. He was, well, depends on what year we're saying that Carlos was born, if it was 1915 or 17. Larry was born, I think, 1915. But in my research, he's older. Not to my knowledge, there's no historical documentation of it. Unfortunately, our stories are kind of like, not in the narrative. So that's a really good point.
Okay. Yeah, that was also a question I heard from the actors last night. Somebody asked that when they were rehearsing. Thank you. Okay, so there's a question for the.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
add something?
Yes, yes.
I think the foundation, the Bulosan Foundation, is not the family, the trust is not as vocal, but I have a feeling that if someone knew, they would know for sure.
Great. Okay, so we have a question actually for the actors, probably for Gio's play too. So for the actors that doubled tonight, what was it like to do it in Zoom? So for Gio's cast, who had to double multiple roles, double or triple, quadruple.
Yeah, I could speak for me. Those it's kind of similar to acting on stage, where we had like different costume changes. Like I have all my different costumes and props set up behind the computer, and I know and I follow the script on, and so I turn off my camera and I'm just dressing up and then looking back, like which character is next in the scene, and so it's just a really fun experience that I haven't done before.
Yeah, managing background's pretty hard. to like try to click on things, and you're trying to tie this thing, and then you're trying to click on the thing before. Yeah, so just thankful for musical cues. But yeah, it's definitely different. You're like managing yourself, kind of like your little section of it. Pretty interesting. You're your own stage manager.
I was pretty much set up like Ollie. I got like all my costumes here, like and so I kind of didn't give in. I didn't really figure out the whole virtual background thing, so I tried to make it like, you know, passable. And so having to work with that, and then trying to really get different looks for each character with as much as we can with props and costumes. It was a fun challenge, and always like great to work with everybody, you know, and put in that creative work, you know. So that was, but it was fun. It was super challenging to try and like differentiate voice wise, but I would love to do this on stage. I mean, if we got when this theater opens, that'll be amazing. So thank you, Giovanni.
Right, I would love to see all three of these on stage one day. Okay, a question from Lorna. Any changes you foresee with rewriting, directing, or for a virtual audience moving forward? Yeesh. So would you kind of rewrite anything just to make it more zoomable? Probably not. Okay, here I see shaking heads. What about you, Joe? How did you direct this? Can you tell us what your secret for that awesome audio?
There was no secret. It was all Gio's writing. I think all the music cues were and song choices were all Gio's. So easy. It was like a perfect IKEA manual how-to instruction. It was so good. Thank you, Gio.
Yeah, can I add to that? I beg to differ, Joe. You have 4 actors acting in a box at their homes. You got Giancarlo with a megaphone coming out. You got virtual backgrounds. So I was actually going to ask that if there's time, like the directors, how did y'all I direct. So how do you direct in this format, right? I mean, I don't think you don't have a sound technician, don't have a lighting person, you don't have a stage manager, so you kind of have to handle it and have the actors do it on their own. So how was that for the directors?
I think it was fun. I think a lot of us needed this because a lot of us, I mean, I was talking to Jamie just the other night, like how much we miss the theater. We miss working, we miss rehearsing, we miss creating on stage. So I think we just took a lot of that passion that we've had and all that energy that we have for missing the theater, and we just kind of, you know, and plus it helped so much that the script was so dope. Jill, so
All right.
I want to thank Linda for doing the set back here. You guys saw the rehearsals, and it's my messy home office, and she turned it into a little apartment there. You see Philip Veracruz in the back. I got my San Francisco Giants, Filipino Heritage, Warriors, Filipino Heritage. That was part of the creative fun at 6:45 this evening that we did.
Great. I think that is all of the questions. Thank you so much to all of the actors, Golda, Mike Dorado, Tamarind Dorado, Jackie, Glenn Aquino, Giancarlo, Oliver, and Jamie Nallas. And Clare couldn't join us at the end because she had to put her babies to sleep, but she was the mom. Yeah, she did so good. Thank you all for the writers also for sharing your work with us. So once again, just a shout out, next week we have a show. If you want to donate, go to bindlestiffstudio.org. Okay Batayo is our next show. So with all that, thank you so much. Yay, virtual bow.